just to thank Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most kind. Peace and salutations be upon the last and final messenger, Sayyidina Muhammad, and upon his family and companions and all his followers. Amma ba'd. Yeah, so Jazakallah khair for everybody joining. Alhamdulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. My name is Yasser. Alhamdulillah, I'm one of the Seek2Change team members from UK. Just before I start, inshallah, if anyone would like to just, if you all would like to just maybe introduce yourself, it'd be good to get to know who I'm speaking. If you would like to, if you feel comfortable in doing that, that's perfectly fine. If not, then that's not an issue at all as well. If that's okay. Just a brief introduction to yourself. So I'm Yasser, and I'm obviously from Seek2Change. I'm alhamdulillah, one of the trainers, and also mashallah we've been mashallah the last 2 years we've been quite busy setting up, mashallah, Seek2Change in UK. And now, inshallah, we're actually going international as well, alhamdulillah. We do a lot of uh, webinars, seminars, mindfulness sessions. I don't know if you're already aware, but we do for non-Muslims, alhamdulillah, mainly our target audience. And we also work with, mashallah, new Muslims as well, alhamdulillah, delivering the message of peace and universal values, alhamdulillah. So, inshallah, yeah, mashallah. So, if there's anybody that would like to mention anything, please, before I start, would like to introduce themselves. If not, no problem. I can start, inshallah. It's not an issue. Um, so yeah, inshallah, what's the purpose of this presentation today? Why are we doing this presentation? So just going to briefly mention this. So the main purpose and objective is to teach us the true purpose of fasting, which is to attain inner peace. And inshallah, also I'm going to go into a bit of the background. Why is this, and why do we need to attain inner peace? And as a Muslim, fundamentally, what's the significance of this as a Muslim? So I'm going to first go into the background of this, and then ultimately link this to fasting as well, so that we get a bigger, like a broader and bigger understanding, rather than just partially in relation to fasting. I'm going to go like even more broader and talk about, in essence, what is the purpose and what is a Muslim, in relation to peace, inshallah. So just to start off with, inshallah, I'm just going to ask, give me 1 second, some questions of life. Who am I? Where have I come from? Why am I here? And why do bad things happen? These are like obviously very common questions people have, even Muslims, but especially non-Muslims. Um, just before I start, I would like to ask yourselves if you would like to, mute yourself and answer some of these questions. Who am I? Who would like to answer that question? Who do you think you are? If I was to ask you this question, who am I? What would your response be in relation to this? You can also type your answer, or if you want, you can unmute yourself and speak. Who am I? How would you answer that question? Then you've got a shy audience here. I might have to start asking people if um can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we can hear you, brother. I think we
Okay.
have a bit of a shy audience right now.
No, maybe yourself then, sister. You can kick us off with answering some of these
Yeah,
questions.
in regards to who am I think I would first and foremost say I'm Muslim. That's where my identity and self comes from my faith.
Mm-hmm. MashaAllah. Okay. Brilliant. Anybody else? How about if I say like if you answer that question more from a like a in terms of breaking yourself down into components, different elements. Who am I? So obviously we have the inshallah we are going to go into this in more detail, but we have like the body, mind, etc., all these things. So when people say who am I, people answer this question in different ways. Some people say I'm a body. Some people say, I'm just a material. Some people say, so people do answer this in different ways. So inshallah, we're going to look at this as well. Where have I come from? Why am I here? And why do bad things happen? These are like questions that, all of humanity they have. So if you look at this diagram now, this basically you could say it summarizes these questions, these fundamental questions of life. Who am I? Where have I come from? Why am I here? Why do bad things happen? If you understand this diagram, you pretty much understand all the fundamental questions of life. So, so obviously, if you look at the left side here, it mentions only divine peace and love. So this is the period when there was only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala existed and there was nobody else. So that was from pre-eternity. After that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whenever He willed, He decided to create the creation. And here, if you look at the first phase here, it says endowment of peace. In this phase, in this period, this is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He manifested His qualities and attributes of peace and mercy. And this is where we took the covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He entrusted us with an amanat, and we accepted that, all of us, that we would follow Him, worship Him, love Him. So this is basically we refer to this especially when we're talking to the non-Muslims, we refer to this as the endowment of peace. Yeah, so we accepted this, and we basically made a covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we would love Him, follow Him, and be peace loving, peace giving, and peaceful people. So that is why now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us in this world to manifest that peace as a test. Yeah, so the question as to why we're here is to manifest that peace that we were endowed with in the world of spirits. Yeah, practically, yeah, to manifest that. So that's the testing ground. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us for this reason. Yeah, He's placed us amongst people and creation for that reason. And that is sometimes something we forget. We forget, when we're dealing with the creation, when we're dealing with people, we forget this and we start thinking that, we get lost in the world and the creation and the different trials and tribulations. But we forget the bigger purpose and the bigger reason, and the purpose of why we're here, which is to manifest the peace. So see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is looking and seeing how we respond and how we behave and how we interact with the creation. And that is what we mean by testing ground. So whether the test is whether we manifest the peace or not through our behavior and character. Yeah. So after we die, then it will be either if we manifest the peace in the world, then we will be in eternal peace in the hereafter, which is what we all want. So one is being at peace in the world. Alhamdulillah, we all want peace in the world, every single human being, and even other creation. We all want peace, which is mashallah, good. But then one is to have the eternal peace. Yeah. So if we manifest that peace and fulfill the covenant that we took with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the world of spirits, and we manifest that peace in the world, alhamdulillah, we will be at peace for eternity. However, if we don't manifest that peace, meaning that we go against the peaceful way, our nature, peaceful nature, and we go against that and follow our desires and get lost and we fall for the temptations and the traps and we go against the peaceful actions. Then when we die, then this is when the divine justice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will manifest. So this is ultimately this is like the bigger picture, and this is the bigger purpose, and this is the reason why we're here in the world. Now, obviously, uh, this answers the question also as to why do bad things happen? Because this is like a common question which a lot of people ask, especially non-Muslim, but even Muslims ask, why is this happening? Why am I, why am I going through this suffering? Why am I going through this hardship? Why are all these poor people in the world? Why are people dying of starvation, etc., etc.? Why are people dying of wars, etc.? Like, for example, in Palestine, people getting, obviously a lot of people dying, being killed, babies, children being killed. People ask these questions. So when a person understands this, that this world is not, this life is not the real world. This is not your real life in this world, but this is a testing ground. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests you through different ways, sometimes by giving you things, by giving you blessings, sometimes by taking away blessings. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing you. When a person understands that, then it's easy to make sense of a lot of things that are taking place in the world. Does that make sense? If any questions, anybody has any questions regarding this, please feel free to ask at any time. Inshallah, you can ask me. Inshallah, I'll try my best. Mashallah, you got Dr. Shfaq here. I don't know how available Dr. Shfaq is as well, but I do know he's in the meeting, inshallah, as well. Okay. If not, then I'll move on, inshallah, to the next slide. So now, inshallah, I'm going to uh, look into and answer some fundamental questions regarding what is a Muslim. So, what is a Muslim? So, in relation to what we discussed before, um, we mentioned that our purpose is to manifest the peace in the world. How do we what is a Muslim and how do we manifest that peace? So now, because we talk about, as a Muslim, we always talk about, we always mention to, the to non-Muslims, and you say, look, Islam is a religion of peace, Muslims are peaceful. Now the question is, how do we manifest that peace? Practically. So there's three ways we manifest that peace. What are the three ways? Number one, so to be at peace with the Creator. So just give me 1 second. Sorry, apologies. Sorry about that. Yeah. So to be at peace with the Creator, that's the first way we manifest that peace. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by to be at peace with the Creator? It means to love, obviously, to be at peace with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to love Allah, to follow Him and to love Him and to be at peace with manifest His attributes of peace, mercy, love. That because obviously He's our Creator, He's our Sustainer. To be at peace with Him, yeah, to love Him, and to fulfill the covenant, and to be a representative of Allah in the world. So that's what it means to be at peace with the Creator. Because obviously He's the source of peace. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the source. To be at peace with the source of peace, with the source of everything. He's the source of all goodness, the Creator. So obviously we need to be at peace with Him, because that is where we receive the peace from. Otherwise, we have no peace. So that's the first thing. We need to be at peace with the Creator. So a Muslim is at peace first and foremost, fundamentally, with the Creator. Secondly, to be at peace with oneself. Now, what does that mean to be at peace with one? So this is the question which I asked previously. Who am I in relation to who am I? So who am I? When we say at peace with myself, with oneself, uh, what we mean is, so the human being consists of body, mind, heart. Anything else apart from these three?
What about the soul?
MashaAllah, very good. The soul. The soul, yes, excellent. The soul. Emotional self. Or we also refer to this as the emotional self. Yeah, so you got the body, the physical self, the heart, the moral self. You got the mind, which is the intellectual self, and then you got the soul, which is the emotional. There's one more. We call this the real you. Anybody? It also begins with S. Big clue there.
The spirit? I thought
Mash.
the
Sorry?
spirit.
Yes, mashallah. Excellent. Spirit, the spirit. Yeah, so you got the soul, which is the emotional side, but then it's the spirit, which is the real you. This is the entity that took the covenant in the world of spirits. That is the real you. Everything else is is given to you when you come in the world. Yes, you're given a body, you're given a heart, you're given a mind, you're given an emotional self. But the real you, which you came with from the world of spirits before, was the spirit. And that is the real you, the free will. That is the entity that has the freedom to choose between good and bad, the spirit. So how now, the question is, how do we build peace? We build peace within our body, within our mind, within our heart, within our emotional self, and in our conscience. This is how we build the peace. Yeah, consciously. So through consciously, we build peace in our body, mind, heart, and emotional self. So body, you build peace in our body through peaceful actions. To be good with other people, to be kind, to be peaceful, use our tongue in a positive way, in a peaceful way, to use our mind in a peaceful way, meaning that to think good of others, to think positive, to think good thoughts of other people. That's how you build peace in the mind, to build peace in the heart, yeah, to have good moral values and qualities like love and humbleness and patience and mercy, etc., etc. Emotional self to build peace in the emotional self, by controlling your anger, etc. By not removing hatred, not to what do you call it? To have positive emotions towards other people. So this is all done through the consciously. Yeah. So this is how we build peace within ourselves. And then the third thing is to be at peace with the creation. So basically, it's like first being at peace with Allah. Yeah. You be at peace with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the source of peace. Then you be at peace with them. Obviously, you need to first manifest that peace in yourself. Once being at peace with Allah, you manifest that peace with. So once you have that peace in yourself, then what happens is it's like a cup. I'll give you an analogy of a cup. So the water, you pour water into a cup, the cup starts filling, filling, filling. And then once the water starts to overflow, that's when you start to manifest that peace with the creation. So that's when you start to overflow with peace. And now that peace starts to manifest into your environment, into your surroundings, into the creation. Yeah. So that is a Muslim. That is in essence a Muslim. So with the body, mind, heart, and emotional self, you share that message of peace. You share the peace with the whole world. So three things: being at peace with the Creator, being at peace with oneself, and being at peace with the creation. That if you were to summarize, if in one, you could say if you were to summarize what is a Muslim, that's probably the simplest way to summarize. That is the essence of being a Muslim. Because people ask all the time, non-Muslim, so what is a Muslim? What does a Muslim do? What is a Muslim? You could say, in an essence, this is what a Muslim is. And this is what we mean when we say a Muslim is a peaceful person, you know? Alhamdulillah. Ultimately, we want peace in the whole world. That's what we want. So we want to unite with the whole world. Muslim, non-Muslim, doesn't matter. We want to unite with the whole world on peace. Yeah, because these are universal values. Everybody has these values. Everybody wants peace. There's nobody in the whole world that doesn't want peace for themselves, at least, anyway. I know there's some corrupted and there's mischievous people that want to spread corruption in the world. That is true. But they ultimately they want peace in themselves, though. Everybody wants peace. So the aim is peace in the world. So that is through uniting on universal values. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to link this to fasting. What I just discussed now, the ultimate, purpose and what is the essence of being a Muslim which is peace. And I will link this to fasting now. Because fasting is ultimately just a training of how to be a Muslim. That is ultimately the purpose of fasting. That's what it is. It's just to train you. It's just 30-day, like a discipline, a 30-day training, how to manifest the peace. You know, how to train you how to manifest it. So the purpose of fasting, so beyond it goes much beyond hunger and thirst. So contrary to what a lot of people think, fasting is much more than just simply leaving food and drink. It's much more than that. Yeah, it's much more than that. So, as I discussed before, fasting is to become at peace with the Creator, oneself, and the creation, because that is, in essence, what a Muslim is. So that is the purpose of fasting as well. It's to become at peace with the Creator, oneself, and the creation. And how is this done? It's done through training of the body, mind, and emotions so they become at peace. So, like I mentioned to you before, peace is built within yourself. Yeah, peace is built in your body, mind, heart, and emotions. So that is like a training. So fasting, it trains you, trains your body. Just like you're abstaining from the food and the drink, not to eat and drink. It's like a training also for you that you should also abstain. You should also train and abstain your tongue from your tongue, abstain from using a language which is not peaceful. Yeah, with your hands, not to do actions with your hand which go against peace. Yeah, with your feet, with your eyes, with your ears, etc., etc. So that's what fasting is in essence. It's a training, how to become at peace with oneself and how to share that peace. So can someone just mention? I'm just going to ask the question now. Can someone just mention to me some examples of negative effects of the tongue, negative uses of the tongue that go against peace?
Backbiting.
Backbiting, mashallah, very good. Gossip, mashallah. Lying, mashallah. Anything else? Mashallah, that's very good. All of them very good. Insulting, excellent. Ridiculing, false promises, mashallah. I think you mentioned all of them. Boasting, arrogance, heedless talk. Yes, excellent. Yeah. So fasting now, a fasting person, mashallah, very good. A fasting person, swearing, yeah, excellent. A fasting person should be abstaining from all these things because these things go against the peace. So what should a fasting person be doing? He should be using his tongue in a positive way. So some of the positive, oh sorry, I've accidentally just revealed some of them. Some examples of positive usage of the tongue. Anybody? Dhikr, mashallah, very good. Dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, giving salams. Mashallah. You know what it is? The reason why we've made this presentation in a more universal way because we deliver this to non-Muslims. But mashallah, these are all right. What you're saying is 100% correct. Obviously, if we were speaking to a Muslim if mainly Muslim audience, then we'd be mentioning these things. But now we've kept it, yeah, being nice, uh, speaking kindly and with compassion, mashallah. Excellent. Expressing gratitude, positive encouragement, kindness, excellent. All these things, yeah. So this is like the fasting of the tongue is firstly to abstain from negative usage and things that go against the peace. And then on the flip side, to use the tongue in a positive way. Yeah. To basically to manifest the peace with the tongue. That's what in essence fasting is. And not just with the tongue, with the whole body. So this is just an example we're just giving of the tongue. Now, alhamdulillah, there's three ways which we can also experience this peace. We can also taste the peace also with three ways. So the three things that we just discussed, we mentioned previously, to be at peace with the Creator, to be at peace with oneself, and to be at peace with the creation. We can also whether you're a Muslim or non-Muslim, everybody can also experience this peace. So to be at peace with the Creator, how do we do that? So what we say is to surrender to peace each hour. Yeah, so if you look here, we look at the symbol of peace, and every hour to come into the presence of the symbol of peace by letting go of the past problems and past issues that a person has, that things that have occurred in the past. A lot of the time, the reason why people are not in peace or in misery is because they can't let go of the past. They're always thinking about the past. Oh, this happened to me. This person did this to me. I lost all this money. I had this problem, etc., etc. The person is always thinking about the past. Can't let go of the past. Yeah. Another reason why people can't come in peace is they're always thinking about the future. Yeah. Oh my God, I've got to pay my bills. My mortgage is coming up. I've got this problem. I've got to worry about this, that, work, home, family, etc., etc. They're always thinking about the future. So this leads to anxiety as well. Anxiety, stress, etc., etc. So worrying about the past usually can lead to depression, and worrying about the future can lead to anxiety and stress. Now, alhamdulillah, to overcome this, what we've done, here, alhamdulillah, we've come up with 3 secrets and 3 ways you can come into peace. The first one is to surrender yourself to peace, meaning to let go of the past, stop worrying about the future, and to come in the presence of the symbol of peace, which is a salam here. Yeah. So every hour, to surrender yourself every hour. Say, let go. Okay, I'm letting go of everything now. I'm letting go of my worries. I'm letting go of the past. I'm just going to surrender myself to the symbol of peace. I'm just coming to the presence of the symbol of peace. And a person should try to practice this at least once every hour. If you can do it more, that's very good as well. Alhamdulillah. But at least once every hour to come into the presence of the symbol of peace. So that's the first thing. So that's the first secret. You could say the first way to come. So this you could say this is mirroring the three. When I mentioned the 3 things that a Muslim is. Yeah, this is like mirroring that. So the first one is to come into the so be at peace with the Creator is like this one. So this is the surrender to peace each hour. The second one, to be at peace with oneself, is to preserve the peace. Is to preserve the peace. So preserving the tongue through long periods of thoughtful silence with gentle speech. So this is how a person becomes preserve the peace and comes in peace with oneself. Because if you think about it, the reason why we're just focusing on the tongue specifically, obviously there's other actions, bodily actions we can also, which we can also build peace within. But the reason why we're focusing for now just on the tongue is because most of the problems that occur, most of the things that happen in the problems and the you could say the frictions and the negativities and the problems in the world happen because of the negative usage of the tongue. So once a person misuses the tongue, abuses the tongue, and goes against the peace with the tongue, most of the problems happen amongst people, amongst the creation. So we teach, in the second secret, we're told to preserve the tongue, meaning that a person should try to remain silent most of the time and only speak when there's benefit. When there's benefit. And when he does speak, he should speak positively and with gentle speech. MashaAllah, like is mentioned, man. Speak with gentle speech and speak nicely, positively. Alhamdulillah. So that's the second secret. MashaAllah, we can learn. We should learn. We should learn this. We should, practice this second secret, MashaAllah, in order to, manifest the peace. And the third secret is to share the peace. Like we mentioned, being at peace with the creation. So now we share that peace. How do we share that peace? Anyone like to mention? If I was just to summarize that into like a couple of like a one sentence or one or two sentences? Well, how would you summarize that to share the peace? Mashallah, the speak good was mashallah mentioned second before. But yeah, you're right. You're correct. Courteous and polite behavior with beautiful character. That's how you share that peace with other people. Yeah. Surrender to peace. Yeah. That's how you receive the peace. Being at peace, being coming into the presence of the symbol of peace, salam, the source of peace. Then you preserve the peace, meaning that it's like the analogy that I gave of the water of the cup. Yeah, you pour the water inside, the water comes inside the cup, and then it starts to overflow. Yeah, so the preserving the peace is like preserving the water in the cup. Yeah, you preserve it. You preserve the peace by building peace within yourself, by positive usage of the tongue, and not to use the tongue in a negative way. And then the third one, the third secret is to share that peace by being polite and being courteous with beautiful character. So that's the summary. So we've basically shown you what a Muslim is and then shown you now how to manifest that peace. Now, just by knowing though, unfortunately, it's not that easy. Just by knowing these three things, you can't build peace and you can't manifest the peace like that. It doesn't happen. In order to unlock the three secrets, you have to repeat and you have to continuously on a repeated basis, you have to practice the three secrets. Because currently the three secrets, the three habits, they may not be habits inside me. I may know them on an intellectual level, but in order for them to become a habit and to become part of my subconscious, I have to practice them for 30 days. So initially, something is in my conscious, something I know something, it's knowledge, it's just knowledge, it's information, it's in my conscious. In order to manifest that and to make that part of my subconscious, I have to practice that continuously. And scientifically, they say 30 days, if you do something for 30 days and practice it continuously for a period of 30 days, it becomes part of your subconscious. Meaning, what we mean by that, it becomes a habit. So I give you the example, an analogy of like driving. So like, for example, when for the first time, I sit in a car, I don't know, I've never driven before. So I get told, like, for example, this is the steering wheel, this is how you drive, this is the pedal, this is the clutch, this is the brake, this is the accelerator, etc., etc. I have knowledge, it's in my conscious, but because I've not practiced it, I've never driven before. I don't know how to drive, basically. It's not part of my subconscious. It's only when I practice every day, practically do it, drive, turn on the ignition, change the gears, press the accelerator, etc. I practice, I drive for 30 days, then it becomes part of my subconscious, meaning that I become, like an experienced driver. And then when I become experienced driver, I don't even need to think. I don't even need to think now, right? Okay, I need to, change the gear. I need to, press the brake. I don't need to think. It's part of my subconscious because it's become a habit. I've practiced it so much. So similarly, the secret, how to unlock the three secrets is repetition and to repeat for 30 days. So 3 keys to experience inner peace: surrender to peace, preserve the peace, share the peace, and then you repeat this for 30 days. Does that make sense? Is everyone clear on that? Is there any question on that? So it's quite.
Sorry. Yes, it makes sense. It's just the actual implementation of this is challenging in this world. And so maybe you can speak about that a bit.
Yeah, 100%. So what we've done, mashallah, that's a very good question. So what we've actually done is, alhamdulillah, I don't know if you've seen our app. Have anyone come across our app, Seek2Change app before? So what we've done, alhamdulillah, we've actually made an app to help you practice these three secrets. So mashallah, on the app, we have a tracker and then mashallah, once you sign up, mashallah, you can scan the QR code, or if I can send the link, inshallah, afterwards. I'll send the link, inshallah, in the group, in the chat as well, to the app. We've got an iOS, Android, and iOS app. Mashallah. So what we've done, we've alhamdulillah, we put a 30-day tracker inside the app where you can, mashallah, you can track your daily progress on the three secrets. Alhamdulillah. And mashallah, once the 30 days is over, it just resets, so you can practice again and again until, mashallah, it becomes part of your subconscious and habit. So now, going back to what the sister Dania, mashallah, Sister Dania was saying, alhamdulillah, that's a very good question. Obviously, practically, like you said, it's not easy. Obviously, in the real life, you're going to come across so many different challenges, so many different, obstacles. People are going to come. And that's why it's important that you need to have, obviously, a mentor as well. Alhamdulillah. So, mashallah, we're actually in the process of mashallah, we're actually in the process of also developing a mentoring system program. So, mashallah, so when you're on the 30-day challenge, when you're trying to practice these three habits, these three secrets, at the same time, obviously, when you come across any problems or difficulties, obstacles, you have a mentor there who can help you. Obviously, because like I said to you before, this is a testing ground. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to test you. Obviously, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be like, mashallah, you're gonna walk outside, and everyone's gonna be like, subhanallah, mashallah, how are you? They're gonna be like beautiful speech, and everyone's gonna be like, nice, nice. It's not gonna be like that, because it's a testing ground. That's only gonna be in Jannah, inshallah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all Jannah, inshallah. I mean, that's going to be in Jannah. Everyone's going to be salam. The word that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses in the Jannah, the word is, we're going to greet each other with salam, peace, peace, peace. That's it, mashallah. There's going to be no negative talk, and there's going to be no, bad talk. There's only going to be all good talk. But in this world, that's not the case, because why? We're in a testing ground. Alhamdulillah, we're all being tested, mashallah. And mashallah, people are going to anger you. People are going to come to you. They're going to say things that, really, really irritate you. They're going to annoy you. That's the test then at that time, especially when you're fasting. So remember when I said to you before, like, fasting is a training. So in the month of Ramadan, in fasting, whilst you're fasting, you're training now how to use your tongue in a peaceful way. So that's why the Prophet said, when you're in a state of fasting, and to nearest meaning, and you're, somebody says something to you, maybe it's annoying, and you get angry, and you feel like, shouting and screaming. What did the Prophet say? What should the person say? I'm fasting. That's it. Nothing else. And I saw him, I'm fasting, and that's it, and just leave the person in a peaceful way. So that the fasting in itself, so if you think about it, is 30 days. So that is you could say it's like a 30-day challenge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a 30-day challenge in the month of Ramadan. That is like a 30-day challenge. Alhamdulillah. It's inbuilt in our deen, alhamdulillah, the 30-day challenge every year. Every year, a 30-day challenge. So it trains you for the rest of the year how to become a person of peace. Alhamdulillah. So this 30-day challenge that we've made, alhamdulillah, not me, myself, but obviously the team, obviously, alhamdulillah, this put together. It's actually, you could say it's like a Ramadan 30-day challenge, how to manifest peace, 30-day challenge, alhamdulillah, to practice that for 30 days, alhamdulillah. So, mashallah, is there any questions regarding this specifically? Mashallah, I can answer. But by all means, afterwards as well, mashallah, we have a program. Just for I know Makkah Centers has their own program as well, mashallah, they're working on. But we are also working on a program as well, mashallah, for especially for new Muslims as well. For new Muslims as well, we are working on a program as well for new Muslims, and alhamdulillah, mashallah, we are developing something for them as well, alhamdulillah. Does anyone have any questions regarding that?
Brother, I had a question about the first step in terms of like surrendering to peace every hour. How long is that duration of time? Is it like 5 minutes or like how long?
Yeah, I think 5 minutes if you can, but we don't what it is, we don't want to put a specific time frame to it because obviously some people they might struggle to do 5 minutes. So I personally would say if you can do for 5 minutes, that would be recommended. But even if it's for a couple of minutes, even if it's for a couple of minutes, a person comes into the presence of the symbol of peace, and that's a good thing. Um, but like I said, it's not like this is like the minimum. I would say it's the minimum. Mashallah, minimum each person should do every hour. Mashallah, at least come once in the presence of peace. So if it's like just even if it's for a minute or 2 minutes, but 5 minutes would be good. 5 minutes would be good, very good. Alhamdulillah. But I would say, but obviously, like I said, I wouldn't put too much of a like a like I wouldn't like bind by certain time because then some people might struggle, some people might be able to do 5 minutes, some people might not, and then it becomes difficult. But minimum I would say 1 minute to have that presence. Just to relax yourself, to calm yourself, and to come into the present moment, into the presence of peace. Alhamdulillah.
No, that makes sense. And then when you do that, are you visualizing Allah's name or like what should you be thinking in your head?
Okay, mashallah, it's a very good question. So here in this presentation, like I said, because we do this mainly for the for the non-Muslims, but you can come into the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name, actual name. Allah, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that name, you can come into the presence of that name. Yeah. So imagine the name of Allah. We're gonna do a little at the end, we're gonna do a little meditation as well. So inshallah that will help you. That will make things a bit more clear as well. But just to come into the presence of Allah's name, and just to imagine that there's like a light coming from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and coming inside you, like a light of mercy and peace from the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's coming inside you. But inshallah, when we do the meditation in at the end, it's just a very short meditation. That will inshallah, I think that will answer the question as well. Yeah, is there any questions before we do the meditation? No problem. That's fine. So inshallah, we're going to do a little meditation now. Inshallah. So I want everybody to start off with. I want you to try to sit in a comfortable position if you can, inshallah, and with the body upright if possible, and to come into the presence of peace by first focusing and making it your aim to find peace within yourself. And I want you to set the intention that, inshallah, you'll become a receiver of peace today and a giver of peace tomorrow. What does this mean? This means that you will help yourself first, and then you will help others to achieve peace within themselves, inshallah. So if you want to do that, if you can just do that first. Now, I want you to look at the symbol of peace. I want you to look at this beautiful symbol of peace, love, and truth. And I want you to let it enter your mind. I want you to use the power of your imagination and thinking. I want you to imagine that this beautiful symbol of peace is a illuminated light high in the sky above your head. Now, you should focus that light upon yourself. Just you and this light of peace. Now I want you to focus on your breathing. Take a deep breath in through your nose and breathe out deeply through your mouth. Do this a few times with long, deep, steady breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. As you do that, I want you to imagine that this beautiful light from the symbol of peace is falling upon your head like a soothing waterfall. As you breathe in through your nose, the light enters your mind, travels down to your heart, and spreads throughout your entire body, to the tips of your toes and fingers, filling you with this light of peace. When you breathe out, let go of all your worries and stresses. Let your shoulders relax as you breathe out. Continue with long, deep, steady breaths. As you breathe in through your nose, let the light of peace enter your mind, heart, and entire body. When you breathe out, let go of all your worries and stresses. As your thoughts wander, if they wander, gently bring yourself back to the presence of peace with the affirmation, peace is with me. Now, I want you to look at this symbol of peace. Refresh your intentions first and foremost for peace within yourself and the intention to share this peace as you help yourself. Whilst looking at the symbol of peace, gently, I want you to close your eyes and imagine the symbol of peace illuminated above your head, high in the sky, full of light. As you breathe in, like during the preparation, let the light enter your mind, your heart, and your whole body. Gently breathe in, imagining the light is filling your entire being. As you breathe out, release all your tensions and allow your shoulders to relax. Refresh your thoughts with affirmation, peace is with me. Or you could also think Allah is with me, because obviously we're all Muslims here. Allah is with me, seeing me, hearing me, and is all around me. Continue with the long, deep, steady breaths. Come into the present moment, letting go of the past. Be present in this moment now, focusing on the light of Allah's name, love and truth within you. Surrender to this present moment, engage with it, and let go of worries about the future. Right now, you're in control of this present moment. So let's be fully present. Peace is with me, seeing me, hearing me, loving me. Be present in this moment. Stay focused on your breathing, gently breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now focus the light of peace on your mind. As you breathe out, release all the fears, anxieties, stresses, and overthinking from your mind. Let it go. When you breathe in, imagine a light of peace entering your mind, filled with hope. With hope comes clarity, replaces your fears, stresses, anxiety, and overthinking with compassion and contentment. As you breathe in, fill your mind with hope, clarity, compassion, and contentment. When you breathe out, let go of your fears, stresses, anxiety, and overthinking. Now, as you breathe in, focus the light of peace on your heart. Now, as you focus on your heart and surrender it to the present moment. Breathe in that light, and when you breathe out, release all the jealousy and resentment in your heart. Let go of hatred and bitterness, replacing them with pure, beautiful light of peace, love, and hope. Fill your heart with love, kindness, and forgiveness. Begin with forgiving yourself. Take a long, steady, deep and steady breath. As you breathe out, continue letting go of jealousy, resentment, hatred, and bitterness. Replace them with love, kindness, forgiveness, and gratitude. Embrace this moment of peace as you surrender your heart. When you breathe out, think of all the things you are grateful for. Even the air we're able to breathe right now. Allow thoughts of gratitude to fill you. Now we'll be silent for a few moments to let you pour your heart out to peace and manifest gratitude to all the things you appreciate. As you bring yourself back, I want you to affirm positive statements. I am at peace with myself and the world. I embrace the present moment with gratitude. I am worthy of love and happiness. Remember, you are worthy of love and happiness. Now gently open your eyes. Inshallah. Jazakallah khair, everybody, for participating in that mindfulness session. Alhamdulillah. If there's any feedback anybody has, would like to mention how they felt, how they how they experienced it, please mention, inshallah.
I think this is Deborah. I think this was an amazing session. I felt at peace, and it's something that I've been wondering about, going about my day, trying to fast, trying to do good, to constantly remember Allah. And as a new Muslim, there's so much information coming in. So I felt myself like trying to do too much. But just knowing that there are sessions that I can at times just sit back and relax and be at peace. I think this was a great effort on your part. I think it's very successful for me. And if there are other sessions like this, let us know, please, when you're having it. I would not mind doing it again. And if you can share the slides with us, I'd appreciate it. And then whatever links. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Jazakallah, no, appreciate that feedback, mashallah. Jazakallah. Alhamdulillah. I'm really happy you benefited. Mashallah. Ultimately that was the purpose. We want to help share that peace, message of peace with other people, with all the creation. So alhamdulillah, I'm really glad. In regards to this meditation specifically, so if you go into our app, you can do this. We've got a guided meditation for 10 minutes, which takes you basically through the whole meditation like this for 10 minutes, and you can practice this every day, mashallah, through a guided, there's like a voice over, and it takes you through the whole thing. Mashallah, you can practice that every day as well.
Oh, yes, wonderful. You did say that, yes.
Yeah, so you got one is the 30-day challenge, the 3 secrets, mashallah, which you practice every day. And then this is the additional, like a 10-minute meditation, which just helps you, focuses you and helps you to, mashallah, come into the presence and presence of peace, mashallah. Yeah, mashallah, that was good. Any other feedback? Yeah, inshallah, we can add this session. That's not a problem. We can. Are you saying this specifically? This session, this one today that we did, to add this one into the YouTube, or is it Makkah? Or I think you're referring to the Makkah Center one, YouTube.
Inshallah, I mean, we can definitely add it to our YouTube channel if that's okay with you, brother.
Yeah. Of course,
Okay. Inshallah.
definitely. Yeah, that's fine. Anything feedback from yourself, sister?
I always find the meditation sessions so beneficial, I don't realize how much stress I carry within my body, just with the hustle and bustle of life, you're always like trying to do more and more and more, right? And always kind of like worrying about the future. So just having this time set aside just to like let go and just tune in and focus on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just it's peaceful. I mean, there's no other word for it. And it just like takes the weight off my body and off my mind. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know how easy it is to do this, to set aside this time and just focus like that. So truly appreciative of you and Seek2Change doing these meditation sessions with us. So beneficial. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah. No, Jazakallah khair. I'd like to thank yourself and also Dr. Ashfaq as well, mashallah, for this opportunity that you gave us to come, alhamdulillah, to benefit ourselves, myself, alhamdulillah. I benefited myself first and foremost. So I'd like to thank you all, Jazakallah, for coming, for giving me this opportunity, alhamdulillah. And inshallah, we can do this regularly, like you mentioned. Inshallah, we can do these weekly meditations. Mashallah, we got trainers. And inshallah, one thing I just want to mention as well, yourselves, you can also join us. So alhamdulillah, because we go throughout the whole world. Mashallah, we do currently, mashallah, we're focusing on the UK, but we're going to be traveling to America, Canada soon, inshallah. And also we're going to Denmark next month. And we want everybody to join us on this mission, to share this message of peace. So mashallah, we want people like, for example, if you even yourselves, mashallah, you can join us, you can get trained on how to deliver mindfulness, inshallah, and how we got interfaith dialogue, mindfulness. We do well-being in the workplace, academia. So many things we do. This is just one of the things that we do, mindfulness. But we got so many things. We got open houses. We do workplace well-being, academia. We do we do coaching for inner peace. Even non-new Muslim mentoring. So alhamdulillah, there's so many things that we are doing. And inshallah, if you're interested, if anybody here is interested in even getting involved in, with Seek2Change, so you can scan the QR code and you can fill the details, and inshallah, we can get you involved in our Ambassadors of Peace program as well. But we are coming, inshallah, to USA, Canada. Dr. Ishwaq, inshallah, is aware of this. Inshallah, I think at the end of August we are coming. And are you all from America, all of you yourselves, or Canada?
Yes, the United States. Yes, America.
All of you know. So inshallah, when we come to America, United States of America, so inshallah in September we're planning. The team is coming.
Wonderful.
Inshallah, we'd like to even physically, if you can do a session as well. Alhamdulillah, yourselves can get involved, and alhamdulillah, spread this message of peace to USA, and inshallah that would be amazing. We can work together.
Assalamu
Alhamdulillah.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ji, thanks a lot, Ustad Yasser, to take your time off, because right now I know it's 5 o'clock in the UK. Maybe you're actually feeling the fast. So, alhamdulillah. Also wanted to mention one thing that especially sisters who have joined today. Maybe you have family and friends, who are still non-Muslim, or even co-workers. So the best way to give anyone the message of Islam is through peace, because this is something which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't even you can say force anyone to believe in him. So then who are we to force the religion to our family members or our friends or our colleagues? The best we can do is to share Islam through our behavior, who Muslims are, because they actually look into our behavior when we go to workplace. If I'm also lying, if I'm also cheating, if I'm also swearing and backbiting, then they will say, what is the difference between them and us? So inshallah, maybe when the team comes to US and also in Canada, we can also invite our non-Muslims, family and friends and colleagues, and not letting them know that it's we are giving them the message of Islam is basically how to attain peace. At least if someone who doesn't even believe in Islam or in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but in the hereafter, so they are in more need of peace because they don't believe in the hereafter. So which means in this world they have to attain peace. So everyone, through this channel we can actually invite everyone, and no one is excluded.
MashaAllah. Jazakallah. Dr. Shwak, is there anything else, or are we?
Alhamdulillah. So yeah, so inshallah.
Yeah.
It's already 1:06 over here, so time for
Yeah.
Zuhur very soon.
Okay. Jazakallah, everybody. Then may Allah reward you all. MashaAllah. I'll take permission from yourselves, and inshallah, very soon, inshallah, we'll hopefully we'll have another session, inshallah. And Dr. Shwak, is that group chat that we created? Is everyone in that group chat that we have already?
The group chat was basically few months ago, and they have different participants. But yes, Ustad Sajid went to the same meditation, and the message was the same. So, but still, sister can actually, the Mecca Center admin can actually send them, the app and information.
Okay,
And
that's fine.
yeah.
Inshallah. Just to make sure that everybody that's participating, I recognize a couple of the names. Are you all in either our WhatsApp channel for Makkah, or are you on the email list? Because that will be the way that we'll be sending further information. I'm hoping that everybody's on one of those two channels, and then inshallah we'll forward it over to you. If not, then you can always reach out to us at info@makkahcenter.com so that you get this information, inshallah. Okay, I think I guess we're ready to wrap up. Ustad Yasser.
Okay, ठीक है, inshallah. Jazakallah, everybody. If you wanna, inshallah, maybe you wanna, Dr. Shwak, you wanna end with a dua?
No, please,
We'll end it.
please go. You go ahead. Jazakallah.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmeen. O Allah, the Lord of the heavens and the worlds, O Allah, forgive us, have mercy upon us, grant us your mercy, peace. O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, help us to manifest the teachings of peace that we learned today, first and foremost, in ourselves, and then share this message of peace to the whole of the world, all of the creation, Ya Allah, because that is the purpose of our life, O Allah. That is why you sent us to be peaceful, to be at peace and manifest the peace, O Allah, because we came from peace, and inshallah, one day we will return to peace. O Allah, accept the fasts and the efforts of all the brothers and sisters in this month of Ramadan, accept their worship, their tarawih, the fast, and all their sabr that they're doing, inshallah. Allah, make it easy for them and bless all their families and help them to, become manifestations of this message, inshallah, and attain the highest levels of Jannat al-Firdaus. Ameen. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina
Ameen.
Muhammadin Nabiyil Ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmeen. Ameen.
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 Jazakallah
Jazakallah.
khair.
Jazakallah.
Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum.
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 Wa alaikum salam.
Welcome.